Hey yo, mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check miggity mic check 1 2. Mikey check. Welcome back. Random show settings. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Wagwan for the wagwan. Wagwan for the wagwan. What's happening, people? What's happening? What the fuck is happening? Wagwan for the wagwan. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Random show settings. Holler if you can hear me. Holler if you can see me. Holler if you can hear me. Holler if you can see me. Holla. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Big up everybody locked in right now. Random show settings. We're back like cooked crack. We are back like cooked crack. Wagwan people. Wagwan. KC Wagwan. Brian Wagwan. Ruben Rivera Wagwan. Mr. Still Your Girl Wagwan. Mazza Wagwan. LB Wagwan. Micah Mills Wagwan. A struggling Fang player Wagwan. Booth McGee Wagwan. Brendan Murray Wagwan. What's going on, people? Bang your chest, wherever you may be. Bang your freaking chest. Talk to me. Say something. Wagwan, people. Holler. Shout. What's the deal? We're back. Random show settings. You feel me? Big up. Okay, today's episode, we're going to do a watch along of the latest Fire and the Kid. It should be a fun one. I haven't watched any clip from the Fire and the Kid Reddit, so I don't know anything. I'm approaching this fresh, new, reacting to it in real time. It's a Q&A show, I think. They did a little, what you call it? They did a Q&A thing on Instagram, I think, on the official Instagram profile for the Fire and the Kid. You submit questions, they're answering them. So it should be a fun one. There should be some drama involved in this. They hope it should be some drama, but it's also sifted through Chin filter, and Chin's a bit of a pussy. Hopefully Sanaz picked the questions, because Sanaz knows how to produce a show. She knows how to get clips. She knows, you know what I mean? She's not afraid of presenting some dicey questions, but Chin could be a bit of a pussy. So hopefully Sanaz was in charge of the producing and was in charge of gathering the answers or compiling some interesting questions to ask the guys. So hopefully it's a good episode, so we get some interesting answers. We're definitely going to get a lot of lying from Brendan, I'm sure. Definitely some lying and some retconning and shit. By the way, look how light my arm is compared to my face. God damn, bro. I need to see some sun in it. I need to have some sun on my face. Look how light my arm is compared to my fucking face. God damn. Anyway, big up the different color face to the arms. You gotta fucking love it. So let's go. Let's just get right into the show. Let's just not waste any more time before I fucking find something else that I'm not happy with on me body. So yeah, fans questions, episode number 1074, Fire and the Kid watch along thing. You see the episode number. Gonna watch along, pause and play, all that good shit. Log in, log on.
Yes, we did, 'cause we back at it again. It's the Fighter and the Kid.
This is really the Fighter and the Kid.
Okay, let's go.
How about that? I stopped Brendan. There were these two
He's wearing his Gen Z jeans again. More Gen Z jeans, nice.
guys who were, they had cauliflower ears.
As soon as I saw him,
He wanted to get out of there. And as we were leaving, we were eating next to the table next to them. As we were leaving, I said, guys, you have cauliflower ears, and so does my friend. You guys should talk. And he was like, oh.
Anyone with cauliflower, Brian's like, you know who they are? Do you know those? I'm like, no, dude.
But they have cauliflower ears? How do you not know them? And I was like, you're
I'm not gonna lie, I know this is probably a bit, but that's kind of annoying, isn't it? Not kind of, that is extremely annoying. Like, I'm usually that guy, but I go out by myself. I'm usually the guy that kind of floats around different groups when I go out. But if I don't try and like pull people in to meet, you know, I don't try and like force that thing. I'm trying to, you know, work the room as a phrase, but I don't try and bring other people into my orbit or my friends into my orbit. I do my own thing. But people like Brian who do that, who try to show off their friends, like that must be super annoying. Like, oh, you should be my friend. You guys will be friends. Like, no, we won't. How many times have you been? It's happened to me a couple of times. How many times have you had your friends say, "Oh my God, you'd love so and so. This is my friend, right?" And then they introduce you to the friend, and you guys don't get along at all for whatever reason. You guys don't get along. They think you're very similar. Your friend, who's the fucking middle person in this, they think you share a lot of similarity with another friend that they know, but then you finally meet each other and you have nothing in common, or you just don't click. It happens all the time. So somebody going out of their way to just like make you meet some people in a restaurant because you happen to have cauliflower ears is bizarre. Especially because those guys might be like legit fighters. They might not actually like Brendan as a person. They might not like him as a fighter. You know what I mean? It's just weird. You know, that's competitive edge that comes into it. Brian's a horrible friend.
People, and then
You're ready
you guys
to
talked.
Yep. Nice guys. All right, let's get in some fan questions.
Let's get in
here.
some fan
Like I said,
Wow, that's fast, isn't it? That's fast. Fucking hell. Straight in, no lube. Fan questions. Okay, cool.
back in the day, we used to end every episode with fan questions. We got away from that.
I know. I like it. Sanaz, go ahead.
Yeah, because of your hate. That's why. That's why they stopped it. Look at him trying to act surprised. Look at him trying to act surprised and shocked. You ended the fan question probably because of the hate. Maybe, I guess fan questions can only go on for so long. You can't always have a segment every fucking week with fan questions because you're going to run out and they're going to get repetitive and you're going to get annoyed. But I'd imagine the main reason why they ended doing fan question and he stopped doing any kind of interaction, he's only recently started to reply to stuff, is because of the negative reaction. Because the more he tried to show of himself, because the Fire and the Kid was good, or had a really good time. No, the Fire and the Kid was good only for a very short period, and that's when we didn't know much about Brendan. The more he started to show his personality, the more successful he became, the richer he became, the more famous he became, the worse he became as a human being, and the worse, the more of his bad attributes started to show. And you couldn't hide it because that's who he actually was anyway, to be for real. But as the show went on, people started to dislike him more and more, which I'd imagine would lead to probably way more scathing and critical emails and questions that he probably doesn't want to answer because he's a very sensitive. For someone that's a former UFC heavyweight who knocked out fucking Crow Cobb, who's clearly strong as fuck, massive, built like a brick shithouse, he's incredibly thin-skinned. Easily, like, so, his feelings get hurt so easily. So he can't, have any spontaneous, say anything negative, anything bad, so he runs away from it. That's why they stopped doing fan questions, in my opinion.
Ed.
All right. Well, here's the first one. It's from Michael Hengen. Brian, your legs are looking like toothpicks. Why aren't you hopping on B's peptide train?
Hey, Michael, my legs are not toothpicks.
Yeah, you have good cat.
Straight away criticism. That's a funny one. By the way, Sanaz is out there. She got the tatas out, reminding Brendan what he's missing out of when he leaves. I love it.
Yes.
And I have my thighs. I put on a freaking tuxedo. My thighs are bigger than they were because of all the squats. I have actually fairly large or strong legs. I'm
The insecure is massively strong, by the way.
If there was a reason for you on peptides, it'd be your upper body.
That's right.
Not your
Not
lower
my lower
body.
body. I got a tail piece.
His lower body's pretty good. Yeah. Is that peach?
Hey, take a look at me in person, bro. Come feel my legs.
Yeah. Callan has big calves.
My thighs are only an inch smaller than Brian Shaw's.
And an apple bottom.
Got a little apple bottom.
What else you got?
Cute apple bottom.
Okay. Brendan, this one's for you from Darren Rogers.
Here we go.
What is Brendan's all-time favorite classic muscle car?
Hold on, you missed one.
She's giving him soft questions. Okay, she's easing him in. She's easing them in. I've got a feeling it's going to get very funny soon. She's easing him in. He got nervous. Every time he sees the screen, he's worried. He's probably seen him anywhere already, but he still is a bit worried. Like, he's super, like, for somebody, again, he's someone so big, for someone so tall, for a legit UFC fighter, jiu-jitsu black belt, he's very scared and anxious, isn't it? Like, all the time. Like, he's scared of fan interactions, it seems like. He seems really awkward when he meets fans. Always feels like someone's going to pull out a gun and shoot him or something. He's really, like, he's looking at this monitor all, like, frantic, like that. Bro, you've seen the questions. Why are you, like, so scared?
Oh, we're not going to do all of them. Unless you want me to get that one.
There's a gazillion, so.
Oh, I got you. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just going to take this off.
Hey, man. You got talk.
There's a gazillion.
Oops. It did.
And you're in entertainment.
Oops. It did. I like seeing the question.
Yeah.
Good.
You like seeing it?
No, don't show it to
No, I think it's better.
There might be some good
I think it's
questions.
better if you don't.
Okay.
Let them jump around.
Okay.
Yeah. And if we run out, we can go back through
We
it.
run-
But when they're up there, it's
Got
not
it, that's
good.
true, that's
Because when Brian's talking, I'm seeing what's next.
Yeah,
it's not
that's true,
good.
that's true.
Okay.
Here we
All right,
here
go
we
ahead.
Okay, this is from Darren Rogers
It
5.
feels like an interrogation. It's not even that fun. It feels like an interrogation. Make it fun, bros. It's so tense. Look at the body language even. Look at the body language. It's so tense. Look, they're literally hiding behind the microphones. Like he's closed his eyes. Like it's so tense. Like relax, enjoy yourself, man. Shoot the shit. Create some viral moments. I don't know. Make some jokes. It's not that deep, bro. Find questions and they're like,
What is Brendan's all-time favorite classic muscle car?
Ford GT40.
Mustang.
Ooh.
I like the way they look.
By the way, that Ford GT40, is that something that Rogan has? Let's see. Joe Rogan. Ford GT, because I'm not familiar with cars, so forgive me. Ford GT40. Does Rogan have this? Is that why he likes this? Joe Rogan and the Roadster. Yeah, he has one. Okay, there we go. So Rogan has one. Of course, that's why he likes it. Of course, that's why he likes it. I'm guessing it's still a great car, but I'd imagine part of it has to do with Rogan also having this car. Rogan on the Roadster shop discussing the GT40. Let's play this clip. Of course, that's why Brendan likes it. Of course.
Hard guessing.
Big up LB. GT40 is not a muscle car. What is it then? If it's not a muscle car, what is it? Is it like a sports car? How do you classify a GT40?
No, these would be successful
Oh
hobby
God!
shop.
Look at that thing.
It's a supercar. Okay, cool. Big up Joe MIA.
Successful hobby shop owner is perfect.
Exactly. Yeah.
Successful hobby shop owner is hilarious. That's a hilarious description. Wow, what a gross piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
That thing's awful. That thing's awful.
Yeah, but the
They have
dude,
a cult following.
the shop that's building it and the customer, they've got a vision. They're going to take that and modernize and do a bunch of crazy cool shit. But
Well,
yeah,
I can
that's
see that. I've seen people do stuff like that with like Ford.
Oh, is that the one that Steve McQueen used to drive? Is that the Steve McQueen car? The GT40? Am I mistaken? Was that the one in Steve McQueen movies? Or am I mad? They use it in Le Mans 24-hour races. Race car originally, a supercar. GT. Okay, cool.
Ford F40s. You know,
yeah.
I've seen them do stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. You know, like mod them and wide body them, and that car's tiny. That's a tiny little car.
On which car?
The Ford, the original Ford GT, the original one, not the 2005 one. What is it called? Not F40. What is it called?
GT40.
GT40.
Big up Booth McGee, mate. Did you upgrade the fiber optic or something? Because I've been lagging more than I should recently. No, I'm not. There's no lag on my side. No lag at all. My thing is pretty fine. Let me check my OBS. There's no lag on my side, Booth McGee. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm in a green. Nothing going crazy. CPU usage is low. YouTube side of things. Yep, everything's fine on my end, brother. It might be you. It might be you, Booth McGee. It might be you.
That's
GT40.
That's a sick car.
Sick car. But a lot of people have done things to those, like taken them and like extremely modded them and put twin
Yeah, big up Addy Z. Big up Addy Z.
turbo engines in them and wide bodied them and
Oh, okay. Rogan has a GT, not a GT40. Okay, big up Joe MIA.
shit. It's just like, wow.
Yeah. Well, Super Performance brought those back, so they made it available because you could get like an
they'll
exact reproduction of that car.
Oh, really?
They're starting with kit cars
Yeah.
to do that. The original ones are worth millions. So
Who does that?
Super Performance. They do a ton of them. Man.
Sue? S-U-E?
S-U-
He wants to buy one, innit? Rogan wants to buy one.
Super.
E-R, Super.
Oh, Super Performance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do a lot of the Cobras and stuff, and
They're fucking bad.
it's a nicely built piece, but that's a car you don't need that kind of power in. I mean, that thing's like this big.
Yeah,
you know?
they're so tiny.
Right.
That's why it's crazy that people are putting like twin turbocharged 1,000 horsepower engines in them and shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
That'd be along the lines of the Porsche.
Yeah,
you're talking
Rogan
about.
wants
Just
one now.
Analog is.
Right.
Holy shit, look at that thing.
Yeah, they do a good job.
So they built
So that's allowed. Are you allowed to do that? So they build that on the chassis of a kit car. So they build. It's not the actual car. It's basically made to look like the car. Huh.
a brand new one.
It's brand new, built exactly like the original car was built, except the body's not aluminum.
Wow.
It's Shelby licensed. It goes in the register too.
And is it all modern suspension and
It's exact duplicate of what was there.
so it drives like the original car?
Yeah, I think they got like a ZF transaxle in them or something like that, which would be like a Pantera
Fucking
kind
hell,
of
that's pretty sick.
transaxle.
Modernized
horsepower is that?
coilovers and brakes, but Yeah.
but that's it.
Yeah.
So just some suspension components
Little mild upgrades.
and same horsepower as.
They're
You
doing
can-
modern motors.
Yeah, you can put whatever you want in them. But that's a good example. That's
Hold on, were these guys the ones that were these guys the same guys that spoke to Brendan? The funnel between Brendan and Rogan in terms of guests is hilarious, isn't it? I think these were the same guys that spoke to Brendan, right? They had interviewed him where he was doing it over Zoom.
it's like the Porsche example. Like, put the right, like 500 horsepower in that. That thing's gonna be a thrill.
Right.
Just an absolute blast to drive.
Yeah, and if you went too much, it'd probably be unmanageable, right?
Yeah. Especially mid-engine like
Yeah.
that. That's, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how mid-engine cars, like like in America, all we have is the Corvette, right?
That's what we've got now. I mean, now you get the Corvette, and you got the new GT,
Right,
which
the new
isn't
GT.
exactly
Yeah,
as
but it's-
mainstream as the C8.
Yeah, and I have the old GT. I have a 2005.
That's a rad car.
Yeah, it's a rad car, but it's like there's only a few of those, right? That's not like, but as far as production cars, like the Corvette is like the first time America has like made like a mass production car.
Yeah.
You've never gravitated to the newer Vets, have you?
I don't like the automatic. If they had a stick, I'd buy one. They just don't. They don't do that anymore for whatever reason. It's like I just think they're missing out on what's fun about driving a car. It's like Porsche still gets it, Mustang still gets it, but they don't get it when you get up to like the GT500s. That was the old thing about the old GT500. You could only get it in a stick.
Yeah.
Preferring to drive stick is a real choice, but it must feel nice though. And if you're in a proper vehicle, if you're in a proper fucking car, driving manual must feel like you're a proper racer, innit? You feel like you're properly like working for it, as opposed to just driving automatic. Must be probably not as fun.
I had like a 2011 or something like that. It was great.
That was a scary car. I've driven a couple of
It
those.
was fucking great. I loved it.
It was way before traction control or anything like that. That thing was just.
It was super squirrely, like around corners and shit. But it was fun. You knew what it would do.
Yeah.
Like you could, but it was also like just a thrill to drive. The rumble. It was very old school muscle car esque, but with like a new look to it. But it handled like.
Oh really? I didn't know that. Big up Addy Z. Is that true? Automatics can't fishtail or drift. You can't drift in an automatic, really? That's fucking lame, man.
Like an old. It didn't handle like a great handling car. It had a solid rear axle and, just overpowered.
Besides
front
the
heavy.
Tesla, what's the fastest car you've owned?
The Tesla's the fastest by far and above all the other ones. It just it buries them all. But I have a 911 GT3 RS from Sharkworks, and that's a 2007, and it has like 518 horsepower. It sounds like a dragon.
Yeah.
That thing's pretty fucking fast, and the handling on the thing is extraordinary. Yeah, it's so good. It handles it's so thrilling. You feel everything in that car, and it's so capable. That was a great car.
I have all the cars. Anyways, go back to the show.
Which one? Gen 1, Gen 2,
I don't know. The
64,
Gen 1.
68,
64,
the old
68.
school ones?
Yeah, the old school.
I like those. I like the GT500 KR, but my absolute North Star is a Ford GT40.
Would an Aston Martin, even though it's English, be considered a muscle car?
No. I mean, this day and age, they come with some crazy horsepower. Back in the day, yeah, I don't like the Golf one, like that color. Obviously, that's a classic look. That all blue one's my cup
You
of
like
tea.
that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He'll probably get that on he'll probably get it fucking risen and put fucking Kibitech shocks in it. He'd do something to make that beautiful car ugly. You know he would. I don't know, some fucking crazy fender or something. You know he'd do something awful.
Is there a reason why?
I just love them.
Piece
American
of jewelry,
Power.
piece of art.
No, they're manual, great engines. People like Hennessy took them and supercharged them. They sound fucking wild. They drive great.
Could you drive that on the street?
Hennessy, another Rogan person, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's street legal. Yeah, Rogan has one.
Of course, Rogan
He
has
doesn't have
one.
a GT40. He just has the GT.
That's why
Like,
you
my
want it.
favorite's the 2006. So the GT40's from the 60s, and the one I like is from 2006.
Yo, big up Bare Nips.
So that's my North Star.
Okay.
That's Rogan's exact car. That silver one. I want.
Jesus.
See that black. See the that black. That's what Daddy wants.
They ain't giving that away, huh?
They used to be cheaper to that movie Ford vs Ferrari came out, and then everyone fucking got on them.
Yeah.
But they're probably 400 grand.
Like you probably got on them just so that movie came out too. Look at him acting like he got onto it. He was on it from day dot. Come on, Brendan. You were loving Porsches and stuff before, innit? What happened to the Porsches?
You find one 400?
Good God.
I know. That's my North Star. Yeah, I love it.
Interesting phrase, isn't it? That's my North Star. Don't just say that's on my bucket list, isn't it? That's my grail. I don't know. That's a car of my dreams. My North Star. A North Star car. But you're not designer. You don't make cars. Why is that your North Star? Weird phrase.
They're my favorite.
Okay, this next one's for Brian, and Wes Greco Guitar wants to know when you're going to Turkey to fix that mop of yours.
Never.
I'm not going to Turkey. If I get this mop fixed, it's going to be in Beverly Hills with a guy whose work I've seen.
Oh,
But isn't it more expensive there? Because
Yep.
people go to Turkey to save the money.
Probably cost me about 14 or 15 grand. It is my head though.
And then Turkey with flight and everything.
You know, it's
Probably
I've
evens
been to
out.
Turkey many times. I've done that flight. It's all good. It's 6 days out of my life. It's not happening.
But I feel like if you're gonna do the hair transplant, like now's the time. You're not young.
Yeah, now's the time.
You don't want to do it when you're 80. No one gives a fuck.
He's not gonna do it anyway because he's just lazy. I think it's not too good. He's obviously self-conscious a little bit about his hair and him aging. I just don't think he's bothered enough. I think a man of his age, if he really cared about getting his hair done, he would have got it done before. He's just too lazy to get it done. That's why he probably cuts it the way he does now to kind of mitigate from it looking like it's thinning. But I don't know. Why bother getting a full head of hair now? So he looks better on fucking pictures of him doing stand-up. You know? It's a bit pointless to get it done now.
Now would be the time.
No, it's just going to be here.
But if you don't do it now, you're never gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it right here. I don't know.
You're never gonna do it.
No, I'll do it.
It's never happening.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do
Remember,
it.
you're supposed to get a tattoo when you got 10 million downloads.
I know, but you don't want to take away from my skin.
It's never. None of this is ever happening.
No, I'm
He did
going
his
to.
eyes though, so he
Yeah.
Got my
he's-
eyes done.
Yeah, he's willing to do.
And I've had a hair transplant. It just didn't take.
Well, that was back in the day, though,
Yeah,
right?
that was a long time ago. That was literally 20 years ago.
Okay, man. Can we move on,
Were you
please?
scared to do
Let's
it?
get some
No,
fun
because somebody,
things.
my dad was paying for it because he was like, "You do it. I want to see if it works. I'll do
My dad was paying for it. Of course, your dad was paying for it. Of course, he was.
it." And he never got it one
Oh,
done.
you're a guinea pig.
He never got it done. He
Well,
was
he's
like,
smart. He's like, oh, it
It was
didn't work.
$6,000 at the time, I remember. But that was when they would take a strip out of your head. Now they take individual follicles.
You and Rogan did it. Did you guys do it
Rogan
at the
had
same
two,
time?
I think. No, he had one before me, and then he was like, "Fuck this."
And then you just shaved it.
But now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for sure because I'm gonna take.
I
it
think
around
you either
here.
do that or you just shave it.
Yeah, but I
I think he
don't
looks
look
great. I think it's fine, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's not getting better. That's the point. It's only getting worse. So it's like
get it.
at some point, either you got to do the surgery or you just got to shave it all.
That's right.
I think you'd look good with a bald head.
100% doing this.
I think you look good with a bald head.
Maybe
Okay.
we'll see.
Be hilarious.
Yeah, it's not great.
You just got to get a little sun on it.
Listen.
What else you got?
Okay, Brendan, this is from Jared Everidge.
Here we go.
Brendan, can you tell us what you're using with Transcend?
Name something. They sent me more stuff because I tore my bicep. But the big ones, like the one.
Why does he keep lying about this tearing of the bicep? He didn't go to get it checked. He has no proof that it got he just maybe he sprained it a bit working out or whatever. But why does he keep saying he tore his bicep? You know what a torn bicep looks like? It looks fucking mangly. Like it looks like you got sometimes a little lump there. There's loads of bruise, especially if you're white. You have loads of bruising around there. Like it will look really weird and disgusting. And sometimes you probably might have to have your arm in a fucking sling. It'll be that painful. But you're walking around, you're flexing, you're moving your arms, you're bench pressing. You didn't tear your bicep, man. You didn't. It's a weird thing to lie about. Maybe he did do it. I don't know, but it's a strange thing to say.
Ones for you guys. BC 157's the main.
BCP, right?
BCP, that's the main one. IGF 1. And then TRT. Those are kind of the main ones that I use. Glutathione I use every day.
Okay, cool.
But those, and then blue scorpion venom.
Yes.
But that's not from Transcend.
And by the way, it's BPC. My bad.
Yeah, BBC 157 is the go-to. That's the Wolverine
Didn't Chin say BPC and he said BBC? I love it.
drug. But there's some stuff I can't tell you. What I couldn't tell you. They just tell me it's for recovery, and I just shoot it.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
Never
from-
felt better though.
Cool, man.
So this is for both of you. This is from iCleveland13. You guys used to have the best merch. What happened? Can we expect any more TFATK merch?
We should fire that back up. It's just that, you know what, a lot of this stuff, a lot of it's just time. Like I only have, because
I think that was bait. I don't think that was true. I think that was bait. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. You guys have the best merch. Really though?
it's not a knock on Brian, but it's like I only have so many hours in the day. So certain things I got to focus on. So
And Brian never helps, right? Brian never helps.
if I do merch, I'm not going to half-ass it. So then I'm going to have to put energy into that. Then I have my own stuff going on with Drive Fast. So it's just all about time and trying to figure it out. But we definitely should at least offer a few pieces. I'd like to bring back some original pieces.
too.
I think it'd be cool to offer some Texas stuff once we're in Texas. You know, that'd be cool.
That's a good idea. Fire some things back up.
Speaking of your move to Texas, guys, Prop Hat Kid wants to know how often you guys will be back in California after you move.
Not a lot. I will be back because I have family here, so I'll be back. But Brendan, I don't think there's a good chance California will never see Brendan shop again.
No, I'll be back because I still work with SIG Motorsports on my giveaway trucks, and we do the builds there. So probably once a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel
So the Sig Motor trucks, that Sig Motor shop place is definitely Brendan's like business partner or something. They've definitely collaborated on something to those trucks. But yeah, there's the confirmation. Never coming back to California. Never coming back to California.
go back and forth, you know, but I won't be back. There's no reason besides just the car stuff. There's not many reasons.
Okay. Edward Castillo 178 wants to know what's the next step for you boys after Austin.
Fame and fortune, fame and fortune, and Mars.
Why is it so negative, man? Why is it so dour? Yo, big up NJ Ranger. Appreciate you.
The cars. Not for his mother/father-in-law.
Of course,
though.
of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. That's actually your error. That's actually your dumb loving brain for thinking about that. Who cares about Mama and Baba when you go vroom vroom vroom? I didn't even cross my mind either. Pick up NJ Ranger.
I haven't even thought about it. We're just trying to get that.
Yeah, by the way, that's such a, oh my God. I haven't even thought about it. Somebody asked, what is the plan like what do you hope for moving to Austin? I haven't even thought about it. So are you not going there for cheaper rent or something, or lower taxes? Maybe, you know, you want to get more bang for your buck for your kids' education. You maybe want to try and give stand-up another go. Like, why are you going there? You're just going to follow Joe Rogan. Like, really? Like, they're actually going to follow Rogan. Brian's going there to obviously do stand-up. But why are you going there, Brendan? Why are you going? Has no idea. Hasn't even thought about it. You just sell your house and move to another place just because of another man. Yo.
Thing fired up.
Yeah.
I mean, because you with the build, well, with all that stuff.
The
so
build.
you find a new studio. It has to not only look for a studio, but I need a space too. That's also a shop, so I still do all the truck and car content. Fits Fire the Kid. Fits the shop show in a good area, kind of in between me and Brian. Then you got to build it out. Chin has to find his crib out there. So it's like you're dealing with all that stuff. I have some idea. Like I would like to. Me and Brian were talking about at lunch today. I'd like to add some more content for Tfatk, whether it's behind Patreon or.
So no stand-up still. Stand-up is definitely off the table. No stand-up at all. More Tfatk content. Maybe I guess content of him wrestling Brian. Some of that shitty stuff on a Patreon. I'd love to see how they do on Patreon. By the way, that would be a really good indication of how many fans they have. I'd love to see what the Patreon looks like. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see how many people they get to sub on the Patreon. Of course, they're gonna get some detractors and trolls and whatever, but I'd love to see how many hardcore fans that they have, because Patreon's usually a good marker to see who really fucks with you. You know, where your fan base really is. Let's see.
Or just on here, regular.
Yeah, me too.
I think we'll be able to do a lot more stuff out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another one from the same person. Do you ever?
But real quick, also in Austin, like I think for you too, you also be a lot more at the mothership.
Yep.
You'll be like more in that scene, because out here you're not in the scene.
Not
For
at all.
you out there, you'd be more in that
That's
comedy
right.
scene.
That's
yeah.
right.
Brian, say it then. Why is Brendan talking for him? Can you not use your own mouth and say why you're looking forward to going there? I think the reason why he's not saying anything is because he's like a bit. I always feel like Brian goes out of his way to temper all of his hopes and dreams with stand up. He doesn't want to make Brendan feel bad because he had to quit because he's shit and because he couldn't sell tickets. I feel like it. That's my initial kind of feeling. Because why isn't he speaking about himself? Why aren't you sharing your hopes, dreams, aspirations for going to a new place? Not every day you get to fucking up sticks and move somewhere else. It's pretty exciting. Must be a pretty fun thing to do. And he's just sitting there like, yep, true, yep. It's like, maybe say something, mate. Use your fucking words.
So I'm looking forward to that. There's so many different venues where you can do stand up, and I need that. Keeps me sharp.
Yeah.
Getting out there.
Here's another question from the same person. Do you guys think you'll ever fix the relationship with Bobby Lee, and who gave you the info about Tiger Belly that caused all the...
They're still talking about it. Honestly, man, these podcast producers for Tfatk are not their friends, man. So Naz and Chin are not their friends. They're still asking them these questions about Bobby Lee and Tiger. That's over. It's a wrap. And it also makes them look bad. Every time they mention this story or this fucking arc, it always makes you remember just how bad. Look at their faces. Look at Brian's face. Oh, Sanaz and Chin are not their friends, man. God, why are you asking them this question? Of course they're not going to be friends with him anymore. Bobby Lee has made it pretty clear that he doesn't fuck with him anymore. At all. Zero. Andrew Santino doesn't talk to Brendan anymore. Brian Kai doesn't talk to all those guys. I don't see him with BERT. I don't see him with Tom Segura. So that Bobby Lee drama basically cut them off from everybody. So much so they have to move to Texas to kind of follow people. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna get fixed anytime soon. But let's see what they have to say.
The mess.
Look, Bobby Lee and I on text have fixed that relationship.
Yeah,
We will. I think you'll see us
Yeah,
together
right.
in something.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
in the future.
Yeah, right, bro. That little man, that little fucking Korean man holds grudges. If you're familiar with the content, you know he says it jokingly, but that little Korean man holds fucking grudges. Industry wise, like he holds a fucking grudge. He's a bit of a fucking pussy. If you go to him in person, he's gonna fucking wilt and obviously gonna crumble. But if you can keep you to arm distance, he will. Bobby Lee doesn't forgive easily, so I don't think that's true. Especially for Brendan. Brendan especially not, because people forget it's not even Brian Callen. Brendan, yo, big up, Addy Z, appreciate you.
They definitely stopped fucking.
Exactly. It's not even Bobby. It's not even Brian. It's Brendan. Brendan's the one that tried to fuck Kalila. That's what people keep missing and don't mention. Brendan's the one that tried to fuck Kalila while she was going out with Bobby Lee. And in the era where Bobby Lee was the one championing Brendan in the industry, it seemed like. He's the one that was kind of giving support. Brendan would speak about it, how supportive Bobby Lee was, and giving him words of encouragement at the Comedy Store. And then Brendan, as a thank you, decides to try and fuck Kalila behind his back. So if anyone is definitely not going to be friends with him anymore, you know, Brendan is definitely the one who probably has no route back. Brian, maybe because he's a bit of a cock and he begs, and he's a bit of a people pleaser, he might be able to do it. But Brendan, that's done. Especially because he's not involved in comedy anymore.
And yeah, I've apologized and taken full accountability. I love him. He's a great guy. I won't go into the Tiger Belly stuff, but it's over. It's over.
Nah, you should go into it. You should go into the Tiger Belly stuff. You really should, because it all started with Brendan trying to fuck Kalila, And then because he was embarrassed, he then made up some cockamamie fucking story about Bobby Lee being behind the attacks on the fucking Reddit. Even if he was behind the attacks on the Reddit, wouldn't it make sense as like a get back for you trying to fuck his girlfriend at the time? It'd make complete sense. Then launching, you know, an investigation, trying to, the whole interview on the show. Ay, 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 ay. What a horror. What a horror.
Over. It's done. It was a huge mistake. And he's our boy.
Our boy.
I think he's really funny.
That's a doubt.
I don't make any excuses.
Come on, Brendan, be honest. Someone be honest. Give it up for real. Let's see if Brendan gives it up for real. He's our boy. No, he isn't. Stop lying. Let's see. Come on, Brendan, be honest. Be honest, brother. You be honest. You know that's not your friend, and you know you fucked up super badly. Let's see if he owns up to it.
I never have. I apologize right away several times. And I throw myself in the mercy of the court.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I would see Bobby. I'd be cool. I have no animosity towards him.
Oh! I don't know where I would see Bobby. That's like he does not equate to my life at all. I don't think about him. I'm a baseball dad. I like cars now. I don't do stand up. I don't give a fuck about stand up. I'll never see him. That's exactly what he's trying to say. Yikes. It's weird how he's getting so tetchy about it when he was the one in the wrong. Which makes me think, most likely, Brendan probably doesn't think he did anything wrong. If you probably got Brendan and sat him down away from the cameras and asked him candidly, I think he would say that he doesn't think he did anything wrong. He thinks Bobby Lee probably blew out of proportion and he was well within his rights to question him about the Reddit stuff, and Kalala's a whore. Everyone was fucking her behind Bobby Lee's back. I wanted to turn too. I bet he is thinks like that. Because this is not somebody that has any kind of regret. You know? Any kind of regret whatsoever. You know? Any kind of remorse. Zero. He's kind of like, fuck him. You know? Fuck that guy.
I don't care. I think he's hilarious. He's so...
I love the sandwich. I love the insult sandwich. I love the guy. I do not care. He's hilarious. I don't know where I'd see him. Fuck stand-up comedy. He's great at stand-up. I love the fucking sandwich. The insult sandwich is fucking brilliant.
So talented, but you know,
Yeah,
I'm sure he feels the same way. It's like my life doesn't get better if me and him are friends. You know, neither does his. So
all right, fucking hell, tetchy. All right, my life doesn't get better. Like, nobody asked you that. The question was, do you ever see yourself getting back to friends together with Bobby Lee? And the kind of assumption in the question is that, the perceived assumption anyway, feels like to me, you guys fell out. It was a falling out that maybe you guys, it was probably your fault more so. Could you ever get back to being friends again because you were friends at one point? And he's like, I don't care. I don't think it's like, wow.
good. You know, all good.
Well,
I think he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yo, big up Asad Aziz. Appreciate you.
Tell him about Bob Lee, beast of comic. His girl got some good poom too.
Jesus
I was just
Christ.
trying to test drive her for the new
Jesus
fag
Christ.
episode. Anyways, they got a great podcast together. Powerful bunch.
Jesus Christ. Hold on, I didn't get it up on the screen. I need to get that up on the screen. Where's the... Oh, where is it? Is it there? Okay, cool. It was there. Cool. A big up Asad Aziz. Good pump. I need to hear that again from the TTS. Honestly, I need to hear that again, please. I need to hear that again. Yeah, give me that again. I need to hear that again.
Tell him about Bob Lee, beast of comic. His girl got some good poom too. I was just trying to test drive her for the nude fag episode. Anyways, they got a great podcast together. Powerful bunch.
Powerful bunch. Big up Asad Aziz.
We were never that close here. You came up with him at the comedy store.
Yeah.
I was never that close with him.
Wow. I was never that close with him. So why was he trying to like co-sign you? You brought it on his podcast. You were on his. He has a legendary clip obviously when he was on Tfatk talking about the time he got molested, and Brendan and Brian couldn't stop laughing. All that support earlier on. So I was never that close to him. So what is that? Does that excuse him trying to fuck Kalila? We were never homies. I didn't really know him like that. So that gives him permission to try and fuck Kalila. Okay, I feel it. I feel him.
I've always appreciated him. He's such a talent. He does great podcasting and stand up.
Look, man,
but it's not like I missed
was wrong. I think that putting him in the mix in that mix was wrong. 100% wrong.
Okay, finally, there we go. Brian owning up to the mistake that they made. Okay, there you go. Go on, Brian.
And I was working on bad information, and I take full responsibility. I don't even blame the information I got.
Thank God. Okay, thank God. Don't blame the information, because that's your friend, man. Your friend of 20 plus years. You owe him the benefit of the doubt. Call him up and say, hey, by the way, I've been told this and this. Is that true? Instead of calling him up, flying off the handle straight away, threatening him. Remember, like what Bobby Lee said, they were threatening his career. They're saying they were gonna, like, imagine they're saying they're gonna tell Rogan or something. Like, I think that's also the time when Rogan discovered that these guys use his name as an intimidation tactic. I don't think he knew. I don't think Rogan knew that these guys were using his name to bully other comedians. I think that's also when he decided to, like, give them, you know, put some arm's distance between himself and these guys. It was a real misstep, real horror show of a fucking, you know, performance all around. Such a big misstep, especially considering how beloved and well liked fucking Bobby Lee is. Like, they chose the wrong person to go against, unfortunately for them.
Take full responsibility for that.
I blame the information we got.
That's
for a different
I always
discussion.
I always say it was
what
the way I spoke to him.
Hold on, what? What did he say?
I don't even blame the information I got. I take full responsibility for that.
I blame the information we got.
That's for
a different.
I blame the information that we get. So is he talking about BGL? I blame the information we got. I'm talking about beach. Oh my God, the lack of accountability, bro. The lack of responsibility and accountability. So he's blaming BGL for the. Actually, that's actually a. Oh, that's actually an interesting forgotten part about the whole saga, isn't it? The role that BGL played in it, because that was the last time they were friends, isn't it? No, I completely forgot about that. I thought BGL was already kicked off Tfatk before then, but it makes sense because BGL was the one that probably gave Brendan the phrase of like define bullying, you know, because BGL loves saying that on his show and on the Reddit. He'd be like clapping back like define this, define that, you know. I'm trying with his like pseudo intellectual shit. Oh, I thought BGL got kicked off Tfatk before this, so he was still part of Tfatk army. He was still part of the crew. He was still Brendan's right-hand man at that time. Ah. Brendan, BGL's gonna go on a tirade, by the way. I can't wait to hear BGL's response when he hears this.
I always say it was the way I spoke to him. He was always my friend, always somebody I cared about. Didn't deserve any of that at all, not even a little bit. And I've not made a lot of mistakes in my life.
Wait, why can't you? Hold on. This all started because of Brendan, and Brian's doing most of the talking. I never understood that. I guess Brian's default setting is always cuck anyway, right? He's always gonna stand in front of fucking Brendan in any way, shape, or form, and always take the blame. But this is all Brendan's fault. The Bobby Lee situation was Brendan's fault. But Brian inherited it because he's his friend. And he's the one that tried to fight his battles. And he's the one that obviously was shouting the most at Bobby Lee on the phone. But it's Brendan's fault. And he's the one taking a back seat, acting as if like, yeah, it's not my issue. It's more of a Brian thing. No, it isn't. You started it by trying to fuck his girlfriend. Like... It's so bizarre. Brian's out here copping mad pleas, explaining himself. It's like he didn't really do nothing wrong, really. If you be charitable, what Brian did was just back his boy. Yes, it was bad. Yes, it was toxic, but he just backed his friend. And then Brendan's the one that just like disappears into the bushes, like Homer Simpson. Big up MJ Ranger.
I have not made a lot of mistakes in my life. Grapes emoji.
Maybe that wasn't a mistake though. Maybe that wasn't a mistake. Maybe that was some kink play gone too far. Maybe that's what Brian thinks. Kink play gone too far. It wasn't a mistake. I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct. Fuck DSP.
life, but when I make mistakes, I've always accounted for them. And I believe a man should say, I was wrong, I fucked up, huge learning experience.
Look at Brendan, he can't even sit down. He can't even stop fidgeting. Somebody's being honest and owning it and kind of like speaking from the heart. Brendan can't even sit down, he can't even sit still. His body is convulsing. Honesty, truth. He can't actually keep still. Berbasar disease. It's Brendan's fault. I think Brian actually feels bad. He's generally trying to make amends, and Brendan doesn't care. He started a fire and just looking at Brian trying to take out. Exactly. It's his fault. It's literally Brendan's fault. Brian, obviously what he did was wrong. If we're led to believe what happened, he got on the phone and started screaming at Bobby Lee and probably saying a ton of things he probably regrets saying. But in that instance, he's just being a good friend. He's being overly protective of Brendan, which he's always been. Like his actual, like his proper ride or die. Hence why they're still here together. And Brendan, instead of like taking ownership for like what he caused that would make his friend crash out like that on his behalf, he's acting as if like this doesn't involve him at all. Like, no, it does involve you. You're the one that tried to fuck his girl. Like, what?
No excuses. No excuses. And I had a bad moment, and I was in a bad way. I was personally and emotionally in a bad way, man.
Victim.
I was in a dark place.
Yeah, it was bad timing. Then also, I should have.
Oh my god! Now they're the victims. Also. Okay, now he should. Okay, now some contrition. Let's see what he says here now.
In hindsight, been like, what are we doing? No, we shouldn't do this. Like, we just weren't thinking. I had a million things going on. Like,
it was so dumb.
Whether he was or wasn't behind it, which we don't think he was.
Somebody that we cared about, who was a good person.
Whether he was or wasn't behind it. You see what I mean about Brendan? You see what I mean? He's so easy to read. He actually still believes to this day that Bobby Lee was somehow involved in the Tfatk case subreddit. Honestly. He still believes Bobby Lee runs fucking PF Chang's. He actually believes that. Whether he was or wasn't behind it. What?
Like, what are we doing? No, we shouldn't do this. Like, we just weren't thinking. I had a million things going on. Like,
it was so dumb.
Whether he was or wasn't behind it, which we don't think he was.
Somebody that we cared about, who was a good person, who had nothing to do with it in the middle of it, was outrageous. And that's my mea culpa.
But like, if it happened now, like we're in such a better spot. If someone would have came to us with that same information, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
it was a weird time. It was so stupid. Yeah, so stupid.
Lack of accountability is fucking shocking. By the way, I love it.
Stupid.
But I think you'll see.
Who cares?
I think you'll
so
see
stupid.
us in certainly me and Bob.
I love that. Lack of it was so stupid. We were so dumb. Who cares? So what do you really feel? He can't do it. Every time he takes accountability, his default setting is just defending himself, you know? He can't like sit with it. Yeah, I was wrong. I fucked up. I take full accountability. I understand why he doesn't want to talk to me, but the door's still open on my side if he does want to talk. We don't get to see each other too often nowadays because obviously I'm doing the car stuff. He's still doing stand-up. We don't really cross paths. But if I ever see him, it's always going to be love on my end. But I understand why he's, you know, must feel the way he does. I can only say sorry again. But Brendan he can't sit with that. He's like, who cares? Fuck him.
Bobby in the future, and I love him.
Yeah, I don't know what me and Bobby would do. You know, it's not like Donnie.
So you guys can roll.
Jesus Christ. He's being so dismissive and condescending and bitchy. Like, I don't know what me and Bobby would do. Like, what? He's like this clown guy that tells jokes on stage and whatever. Has like a really popular podcast. Actually, 2 popular podcasts. And he's on like tour and stuff. Like, he's like in movies and TV series. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, what? I don't know who the fuck. Wow, sassy fucking Brendan, eh?
No.
All right.
Let's take a little break.
Yeah, that was a good time for an ad break. A good time for an ad break. Oh, Sanaz, bro. First 10 minutes, heavy questions. Heavy fucking questions. She buttered them up pretty easily and then hit them with a heavy one. Oh my God, bro. Let's fast forward past this ad. Be up everybody tuning in. Please like the stream if you're enjoying it. Like the stream down below. Help me to get to 100 likes if you can. Subscribe to the channel also. That'd be greatly appreciated. Smash the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's continue.
Where he can find.
Hold on. Let's go back.
You heard about them? Please support the show. Tell them our show sent you. Best boots ever.
Here we go. This is just for you, B. Nono6 wants to know where he can find those high top orange Converse you wear.
High top orange?
Yeah.
Oh, those aren't Converse. Those are Golden Gooses.
Yeah, Golden Goose.
They're mid tops.
Golden Goose, and they're really expensive, by the way. They're like very fancy, luxury fashion version of a Converse. Look at Brent. Look at Brian. He's still thinking about the Bobby Lee conversation. Look at his face. He's still thinking about the Bobby Lee conversation. He's like, that one phone call ruined my comedy career. That one phone call completely ostracized me from the community. No one hangs around with me anymore. I have to run and follow them to Austin to get friends. I've been completely iced out from the community. That one conversation. I crashed out for this motherfucker. That one conversation. Look at him.
They're Golden Gooses. My wife got me a long ass time ago. I wear them so much. They already come broken in, which is weird. People pay for shoes broken in.
Handmade,
I wear 'em
handmade in Italy.
I wear them nonstop.
Yeah, they're
The
great.
price of them's stupid.
Is that it or no?
Go back.
Nice.
You had them. If you
Those
go back,
slides
see
are
the
great.
bottom right?
This one?
Yeah, that's them right there. Yeah, those are my favorite shoes. I love them.
Yeah, they're great. Golden
Ex
Gooses.
The
recluse.
price is
Nice one, Chin. Nice one, Chin. Great producer. Don't put it up on the screen, though, by the way. The thing you're looking at on the screen, don't put it up on the screen. Don't worry, Chin. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. Top class producer.
a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
You gotta calm down.
Ex recluse wants to know, when did you both know you were going to be boys for life?
Aw. You.
When he fucking shouted at Bobby Lee on the phone. When he cussed out Bobby Lee and crashed out on the phone because I tried to fuck his wife. I thought, wow, that guy's ride or die.
I think you start off most relationships with sort of a sharing of values and laughter.
Yay!
Well, I know.
No, first of all, I
laughed
ran
a
to
lot
Brian. You
together.
just not kid. You know how when you're into the same shit like right away.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like, oh, that's a cool dude. You don't expect anything to happen
No,
to it.
You're just hanging. But I think
Brian's like when you have a common interest in life, in the worldview.
What happens is you start to realize you see somebody and you go, oh, you know what's actually important versus what's not. Like we'd be in a situation where we'd see.
The real answer is this. Brendan came along in Brian Cannon's life when he was lost, aimless, and had no direction. It was also an opportune time to start a podcast because podcasting wasn't as big back then. They start a podcast together, and the reality of it is they are better together than they are separate. They work way better, especially in the beginning. They worked amazingly well. They bounced off each other. They had a great chemistry. Brendan kind of, looked at Brian as like an older brother, like a mentor, father figure type of thing. And Brian was eager and open to give this new young buck loads of information and kind of guide him through his journey in the industry. Along the way, their careers blossomed, things got become amazing. They started making a ton of money together, especially Brian. He probably wasn't making that much money back in the day before Fighting the Kid came around. His acting career was a little bit up and down all over the place, struggling for relevancy. And through the pure success of that podcast and their association with Rogan is what allowed Brian's acting career to be revived again, before he got cancelled, of course. So I'm sure along the way they also kind of developed a bond, friendship-wise, but it probably came because there was a benefit in them being friends, and they saw like their lives changed the moment they each came into each other's lives. That's actually the real answer, but who knows?
We'd be with people, and maybe they look like they're winning at life, right? And then all of a sudden I'll look at him and go, hey,
yo, Wagwan Uche.
And he'll go, I'll literally go like this. I go, so let me ask you. And he goes, they're not good people. How about that? I go, I fucking knew it. And what happens is when you do that, you're sharing values. You're going, they stand for something that we actually don't believe in. Because there's something mean about it. There's something cruel about it. The one thing that you can say.
Aren't there like a tin of nicotine pouches all over the fucking studio? Maybe keep an eye on that little cute doggy, man. It's gonna, look at a little cute doggy. He's sniffing at something. There's probably a ton of nicotine pouches everywhere. Maybe be careful, innit, and put those nicotine pouches away.
About him and I think me is that I think that we're softies. Like, you know, if I see somebody who's mean, if I see
What? Brian, come on, brother. Brian, come on. You're best friends with Brendan and you calling him a softie. He's one of the biggest bullies out there, bro. Like, come on, bro. Softie. That's why you have to walk around eggshells with him. You can't say certain things or he would fucking snap and go fucking crazy and may actually snap your neck off. Like you threatened fucking with, what's his name? Nate Diaz. Softie. Okay.
see somebody who's very selfish and self-involved, it rubs me. It's something about
But
it.
that's not why we're friends, Brian. You made this boring. It's really, you like, right when we met, you made me laugh hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Then we started hanging out, and then
okay, pause, bro. Right when we met, you fucked me hard as fuck. Okay.
it was like, man, we should get together and talk. We had some really good conversations, like over dinner, over coffee. Then it's like, then we should do a podcast. And then over time, we're just boys.
Yeah, you're
That's
boys,
how it
but also
goes.
then you go through shit together, and then you stick by each other. You know, it's like Chin. That same way. He's a ride or die motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, Micah Mills. Exactly. Didn't you just get done apologizing bullying, Brian? Exactly.
Fucker. Chin is a ride or die dude. So,
but we didn't go through anything till 10 years after
sure, but
knowing
I'm
each
saying
other.
that you still go through stuff, and you're like, all right, well, here we are. Good time, bad time.
Yeah.
You know. And I think the first time we had sex was probably a year ago.
No, me and Brian hit off right away when he was a cuck. And he was
what it
like,
was?
I'm just going to sit in the corner. I went, I like you, man.
Oh, is that what
You're
I-
a grateful human being.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I was
not
like,
where you
share.
paintbrush my face.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, paintbrush.
This should be like a very like sincere moment where they're able to kind of like talk glowingly about each other. But they're at that stage of their relationship and their working relationship where it's just like going through the motions. Even this question, which is a real easy layout for them to like talk glowingly about each other and heap praise on each other and remind the audience of the power of friendship, the utility or the benefit of brotherhood, loyalty, They still find a way to make it boring. They still find a way to make it uninspiring, unmotivating, not funny, and just a bit of just drab. Like, come on, especially after the Bobby Lee shit. That kind of put you in a bad mood. At least kind of like, make yourselves look good and kind of wax lyrical about each other. But no, just all this stuff. Like weird, like sexual innuendo jokes. Like, just be a bit sincere, be serious, and just, make some jokes. Compliment your friend really well. It's not that hard. Big up Asad Aziz.
He's a soft bully. Baba is one of those bullies that got molested at home, so they bully others to compensate, but Baba never got diddled. He's just retarded. IDK where I was going with this.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. He does act like that. That's the thing. He does act like that. He acts like somebody who grew up in a rough household and he had like a lot of like trouble, he had a lot of trouble kind of like, mingling and making friends and shit. But he didn't, right? He's always been big, so probably no one bullied him. He's always had a brother, so that also limits the time to get bullied. And he played sports, so that also increases the time that you get popular and don't get bullied. So he's probably had a soft, easy ride from elementary school to high school, college, whatever. It's been nice and easy, but he still ended up like this. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? I think the reason why he ended up like this, by the way, I think it's probably the pissed off, the inability to make it in NFL. That's my like kind of like far away take. The reason why he ended up a bit of a cunt is the fact that he didn't make it in the NFL, because I think his entire hopes and dreams, his entire personality was wrapped around football, and it didn't work out. But then all his friends, like Kloppenstein, whatever that guy is name, and some other people, they all made it and became successful, probably driving fancy cars, going on holidays, and living in McMansions. And he always felt like he deserved that, and he would have that too, and he didn't get that. And that's what probably made it embittered and what turned him into a bit of a cunt. Which is why when he got famous with podcasting and shit, he just acted like, yeah, I should have this. I should always beat this guy, He had that kind of ego. I think him not making it in football really fucked him. So whoever that coach was at Colorado, who didn't fucking, I don't know, whoever that person was at the Giants, who didn't sign Brendan on professionally, you're the reason why we have this person now. That coach is the one. We should go back in time and what would you call it? Tell that coach to just give Brendan a couple games in the league or something, innit? He might have not ended up like this.
Yeah, so that's it. But and if you guys are wondering how we have sex, obviously he's a giant raft on his tummy, and I'm going to town because I'm a natural top and I'm older. What?
You know, friend, you just keep hanging out, and then you start a show. Now we're basically married. It's like,
now we're married.
Now we're moving to Texas.
Yeah, it's crazy. Here
This
we
is
go.
kind of funny, isn't it? How he told Brian to move there for his stand-up, and now he's moving there. I just find that really interesting. It's just like, why? Why just stay in LA? But also the money is also makes sense because, you know, if you can get his mansion in LA in Austin for 1.2 million or something, it makes sense.
An interesting question. We'll ask Chin as well for this one. By Delion, one wants to know, would you rather have a finger for a D or a D for a finger? Just think about it for a second.
A D for a finger. And I just cut it off.
You have a quick answer.
I just cut it off.
I'm with Bri.
A finger for a dick is a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would suck. They also did that in that movie, Scary Movie, where the aliens were rubbing their fingers on their face. And they're like, why are they rubbing their fingers on their face? Like, those are actually their dicks. And they were like this. And the guy's like, why did he put his finger in my mouth? He's like this. It's like the finger's actually the dick on the alien.
That's funny. What's that?
I love how he has to like do it in order for us to get it as well. He's got such an adolescent brain in it. He has to actually do it so we can get the joke. Like, he can't just say it. And it's like gagging. It's like, bro, we get what you're doing. We get it. You don't have to physically show us.
That's a scary movie.
Yeah, like Scary Movie 3, I think. Donnie, Bubba, enough, pal.
He just wants to be
usually good. No, he's looking for this marker to tear up.
Oh.
He sleeps with the boys now. Sleeps with Teen.
Here's one from Woodworth Trevor. What career path would you guys have taken if not going for comedy and fighting?
Teacher. I would have been a writer. Probably been a writer.
You would have been a fun teacher.
Yeah.
You'd also would have got fired for fucking the students, you know?
Oh my God.
You would have been
Wow. Considering Brian's allegations and his many marriages, I don't think that's the one thing you want to put out there. Holy shit. For once, that was a funny thing that Brendan said and accurate. The first real true thing he said. But Jesus Christ. Way to throw your friend under the bus. Holy shit.
a college professor that fucked the hot student.
The hot. Well,
oh, he made sure to say college, by the way. He made sure to say college, innit? He didn't say high school. He made sure to say college. Even though college is still a little bit Because what version of Brian would be teaching? This age of Brian? Or like, is it Brian in his 30s? What age?
Girls, not students. Don't say students.
Well, you never know, dude. A handsome gentleman.
Who's just a young 19-year-old guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have fucked the students. Although if I was, sure 30 and
that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, okay. Look at Brian smiling. Look at him imagining it. Look how happy he is. Like, Brian's got some real fucking, N-word with a fucking hard R at the end of it, energy inside of him, innit? He's always acting. He's hot, bro. He's always acting, ready to go. Look at him smiling. He legitimately is like happy. Brendan said that, like, yeah, man. I'll be laying pipe in them schools, man. I swear to God, bro. I'll be going to fucking town. It'd be fucking pound town semester every fucking time. You get me? Every time that bell goes off, you hear me? I'm fucking shoveling shit. Look at him. He's so happy. Fucking hell, bro. You have kids.
19, 20,
you're
like
you're young.
Hi, professor.
You're a young
help me?
professor on
Jesus.
college campus.
Yeah.
God bless those guys.
It would have been an issue.
An issue.
Yeah, it would have been an issue.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh, you think I'm smart?
You think you would have been I feel like you would have got fired because you don't stick to the curriculum. Like, Brent, you're 6 months behind. You've been talking about Trump for 4 months.
Yeah, I would have been. I have liabilities in terms of
he doesn't have
teacher. on a college campus.
No, no, no.
You know, yeah.
College campus. Let's say high school. Why didn't you say high school, huh?
With me, I
Cardio kickboxing coach, personal trainer. If Brendan would have done stand-up comedy, personal trainer, maybe security or something. Honestly, I don't see him lasting in like a corporate job. He's definitely too egomaniacal, too much of an ego for fucking menial jobs like service industry. I don't think he'd blend well with other people in an office environment. So you probably need like a solo thing, you know? So maybe some sort of security guard or personal trainer.
I don't know. I mean, my family's military. I would like to go in the military. Cops. I like cops. I would have done something like that, you know, probably.
Okay.
I like that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
He'd have been an awful cop, bro. He would have been an awful police officer. He would definitely have stopped way more black and brown people than any other race. He'd have like crazy statistics. Crazy. He'd be one of those cops that accidentally turns off his body cam.
You would have been terrible.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
Terrible cop.
No.
Because you'd be like, I don't want to do this.
No, I don't.
No. He'd be bad. He'd be bad because he doesn't like black people allegedly, and he has a outsized ego. You know, he'd be fucking awful as a cop.
Think so.
You think he'd be? I don't think you'd enjoy.
I don't think. Well, enforce law definitely could, especially with society.
Yeah.
But as far as but if that's all I know, like now we're on the outside looking in. We're not cops.
You could never do it because you got to be by the book and you got to listen to what people tell you. And you not being your own boss, dude. Good luck with that.
Well, no, there's a reason why I'm not.
I mean,
just like you're not a professor.
Yeah,
we're living hypothetical.
Yeah.
No, you don't have the discipline to be a professor.
You're saying I'd have sex with my students?
No, I just don't think you'd stick to a curriculum. And then also with the homework, they'll bring my dog ate. You'd be like, I understand that. Like, you got to be disciplined.
And he wouldn't be on time either. Like, I love how he's arguing. Like, honestly, people's the lack of self-awareness is pretty interesting on both their side. Like, Brendan legitimately thinks he'd be a good cop, which makes no sense. And Brian honestly thinks he'd be a good teacher. What about Brian would ever be a good teacher? Because he tells jokes. Because he likes history. There's nothing about Brian that would ever give you the idea that he'd be a good teacher ever. You know what I mean? He doesn't even turn up on time for his, but like, come on, man, come on, bro. Also, he's never had a job in his life, has he? I don't think, Brian. It's like, come on, man, come on.
That's fair.
Same way with me as a cop. Guys like, come on, man, I've had a bad break. I'm like, all right.
It'd be a bad. I know.
I don't know.
What would you do? I think I would have been. I can see myself, but I didn't have the grades or really the focus. No, I wasn't money motivated. I've never been money motivated.
No.
I just didn't want to look back on my life and say my life's a number. I knew that.
It's easy not being money motivated when your dad fucking opens Citibank in the Middle East, isn't it?
Because I was going to try to be a banker like my dad. And I was like, I know that I can't do this because I don't want the end of my life to just be a number I point at. And I was so moved by movies.
So what? Is he trying to say that his dad's like that? He's trying to say his dad is just a number you can point at. But that number is helping you in your life, bro. Look how fucking unappreciative this motherfucker is. It's almost like he's dissing his own dad. Your own dad values money a lot. That's why he's probably still working now, I think. I don't think Brian's dad's retired. I don't think he mentions that. But he thinks his dad's life is just a number. And he wants more out of life. But that number has helped get Brian out of some binds, I'd assume.
Movies and comedy, and that's all I cared about. So I think I would have been a teacher of some kind. I would have tried.
Okay.
I want to be a martial arts teacher, a taekwondo teacher.
Yeah, talk about not making money.
Yeah. Honestly,
good question. I don't know because sports since I was like 4, all I did is focus on sports.
You want to know the truth?
There's not a ton of options.
I was literally really flirting with the idea of being an animal trainer.
Everyone plays sports. Hold on, you can't get another job if you play sports from you're 4. Is it just like a lack of like understanding of how the world works? Why couldn't you also? I don't even understand what that even means. What? I was playing sports since I was 4. There's not a ton of options. So what? You don't do work experience. You don't work part-time. Huh?
I know. especially a dog trainer. I know.
Yeah,
It's weird,
it's
but I
cool.
would have like
You do like dogs.
Yeah, but then you get you're out of that.
Yeah, it's tough for me because since I was like 4, it was like sports, and I was athletic. Like, yes, my son now, like T, it's the same thing. It's sports.
The fact that they don't have an answer for this, like zero understanding, or is pretty startling, to be fair. Like, not even a Scooby-Doo clue. It kind of shows how lucky they were to make it, innit? It honestly shows how lucky they were to make it. This is fucking hilarious.
You know, if you ask him to do like, hey, you want to be a teacher? He's like, what? No, man. Like, it's just not.
I don't know.
He has the athletic ability, so it's like all you focus on.
And you studied animals too, right, Brian? In the forest and stuff, so you do like animals.
Well, I wanted to be a naturalist, and then I went to Indonesia, tracked orangutans in the fucking rainforest, and went, "This ain't for me. This is
A firefighter sounds
shitty."
cool. Firefighter would be
You
cool.
could have done that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, firefighter would be cool for me.
Yeah, that's something you could have done.
With the boys.
Yeah.
I like to be on a team.
That's a good time.
That'd be cool.
That's a good
Slide
time.
down the pole.
Yeah.
Even when we're not fighting.
That would have been
fires.
fucking cool.
That'd be cool.
Wanting to be a firefighter just so you could hang out with lads is fucking interesting, isn't it? Interesting way to kind of look at working those type of jobs. I just want to be a firefighter so I can hang out with the boys. Okay.
Cool. 4 days on, 4 days off. That'd be lit.
Do they still slide down the pole? Is that a lie?
No, I think they still do.
You still do, yeah.
Some of them.
I remember the last Stipe Miocic stuff you'd see
You
them
sliding down a pole.
That's so cool.
Yeah, those are cool. The big
Do they
diesel
really?
trucks.
Can you look that up? Because I think that's cool. And I've always assumed that every firefighter is a pole slider.
Because it's faster than the stairs, right?
Yeah, but
Is it that much faster when we need poles?
while firefighters are a recognizable symbol of firefighting, modern fire stations are increasingly designed without them due to safety concerns and legal issues.
Many old stations still retain them. Yeah, you would with the how soft society
get
is
rid of
now.
them. Yeah,
you
don't
know,
get rid
there's
of
one guy who was like, "Whoa!" and fucking broke his neck, sued the fire department.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
Fire stations not having poles anymore for firefighters to slide down isn't a matter of society being soft or woke, really, is it? Wouldn't that just be like a limit? Wouldn't that just be like limiting your liability as a fire station? Like, these fire stations are too woke. They removed all the poles. It's like, what? Removing poles from fire stations is a sign that the libs have taken over. The libs have run rampant. They're removing our poles from the fire stations. It's like, bro, we don't want to get sued. If someone drops and breaks their neck, they could sue us. That isn't also being pussy or woke or anything, suing somebody because you slid down a pole that wasn't fixed properly into its position and you broke your neck and now you're paralyzed. That's not woke. That isn't like soft. Honestly, it's so funny.
So it still
the National Fire
happens.
Protection Association called for the removal of all poles. Fuck off.
hey,
off.
if my firefighter can't slide down a pole, you ain't saving the fire. You know?
Dude, they
No, I don't know. Actually, I don't.
remove them because they're such assholes. Like these fucking safety councils. Go fuck yourself. Keep the fucking pole.
Yeah.
They just discovered this is an issue, by the way. They just discovered this is an issue, and suddenly this has become something to rage about. It's become another part of their culture war rhetoric. They've just found out 2 minutes ago, a couple of seconds ago, that some fire stations don't have fire poles or don't have poles to slide down, and now he's gonna rant about it. And this is the reason why I voted for Trump. Trump's bringing back the stripper poles to fire stations.
Yeah, I would like if they did that. But also, just don't make firehouses 2 levels, right? Make them ranch style.
Yeah.
There's also that.
Now I want to sleep up there and be like, I'll be right down, and just slide down the pole.
Yeah, firefighter could be cool.
Sliding down a pole is hard though. It's like a bitch. If you're not warmed up, you get older. You're like,
Yeah, but they're not that old.
Yeah.
Firefighters usually pretty young, right? What would you be, Chin, if you didn't stick with sound engineering?
What'd you say?
If you weren't doing this?
This is kind of what I've wanted to do. Work in audio.
But if you didn't do
Chin, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think Chin might be dumber than Brendan. I honestly think Chin might be dumber than Brendan. Brendan asks a pretty decent question. It's following the path of something they've been talking about for the last 5-10 minutes. Hey, Chin, what would you be doing if you weren't doing the job that you're doing now? This is kind of what I wanted to do. Yeah. Yeah, we know. But if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing? He's so fucking dumb. Hold on.
What would you be, Chin, if you didn't stick with sound engineering?
What'd you say?
If you weren't doing this?
I don't think he's paying attention, innit? What do you think he's doing? Do you think he's listening to another podcast or something? I don't think he's paying. Oh, is that? By the way, what's that? Stanley she's holding. Is that like from a hardcore band? Hardcore bands sell Stanleys as merch now. That's fucking crazy. Who would have thought it?
This is kind of what I've wanted to do. Work in audio.
If you didn't do this,
if I didn't,
you'd be a fisher.
no audio.
No musician. Oh, that's
no audio, no music.
A musician. Where would you be a musician at? I'd be a musician. Are you sure?
No music.
You'd be a fishing guide.
Yeah. So no, not fishing guide. I would probably be like a fishing YouTuber or something like that.
What? A fishing YouTuber? Thank God he made it as a producer, man. Thank God. Thank fucking God.
Just so I work my own schedule. And
there's a lot of money in fishing YouTube.
There's
some big.
Right.
Yeah.
There is.
You got to be big though.
There's Guggen
Bass fishing
Squad.
and
There's a
stuff.
bunch of
You wouldn't be a guide, Chin?
No, because I suck at I feel like I suck at I can't teach people how to play guitar, even though I can play. I can't teach people how to sing, even though I can sing. I can't teach people how to do this. I just want to do it myself, and then
Sing, press X to doubt. Sing, press X to doubt.
You get it?
Yeah, and then if they can learn from the videos, then great.
All right.
Mark Swaggin wants to know what's going to happen to Golden Hour when you guys move.
Oh, this is the question we want to hear. This is the question we want to hear. What's going to happen to Golden Hour? Golden Hour is done. Golden Hour is finito. Golden Hour RIP. Bury that shit 6 foot under. It's done. Eric Griffin and Chris are probably high-fiving each other now.
Chris and Eric will continue to do it. The show will be different. It's probably be better if I'm gone. You know, those guys have known each other for years.
He noticed, and he noticed they have better chemistry, and they seem to be actually friends as well. But I have a prediction. I think they're gonna get bored of each other too. I think they're gonna get bored of each other because Eric can be very dour. Chris sometimes wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and probably contemplates the fact that he's been cancelled and shit. So I've got a feeling Golden Hour won't last long either. Weirdly enough, Brendan probably keeps that show going because he just always turns up. He's always there. He's ever present. You know, with him not being there, it gives him an excuse. So I predict the shows will probably drop later. They'll be more sloppy. They'll be on their phone more. There'll be a ton of shit on the tables, and most of the episodes will be like just over an hour, sometimes under 50 minutes. I bet you. I don't think it's gonna last long.
They talk movies I could give 2 fucks about, and so they'll be able to elaborate on that. I usually fuck the vibe up because I'm not into the same movies and stuff. Like, they're gonna crush it, just the 2 of them. And
Wow, you feel so self-conscious, isn't it? I usually fuck the vibe up. No, that's the whole point of a show. That's what makes a show good, though. If 2 people are really into movies and you're not meant to be into, or you're not really into them, that makes the show good because you can be the counter and kind of pour a bit of cold water on some of the praise or whatever else it may be. But you know, what do I know?
they have so much chemistry. So that show's going to continue on. I'll check back in. I'll zoom in. When I'm in LA, I'll jump on. But it's going to be the Chris and Eric show. Still be Golden Hour, you know?
Okay. Ryan Lee Hansen said, when or if will we ever see Theo back on the pod? What is your current relationship with him now?
Hey, Theo,
Ooh, big up a disease. Appreciate you.
The new Golden Hour hosts, a cancelled guy who constantly contemplates suicide and another who should contemplate suicide.
Exactly.
Stay for the laughs.
Exactly. Fucking exactly.
Be moving to Austin.
Yeah, but I talked to Theo yesterday. He posted happy birthday. Theo's doing his thing, man.
Busy.
He's swamped. Yeah.
they're not being honest again. It's like, I don't say honest. I guess it's hard to kind of like say in it because you feel bad, but because obviously you don't want to recognize it. But I think what the question's getting at is the fact that Theo hasn't been back on any of their shows since he left King and his thing. He's not appeared even on the Zoom for the fucking 1000th show. He hasn't done a single episode of any of their shows. Mostly Tfatk. Never been on Golden Hour since the rebrand. Nothing. It feels like to us regular people on the outside looking in that he has now, made his position known, and he's, that chapter's over, and he's keeping himself as far away as possible from these guys. That's what it looks like. There could be, I'm sure they're probably friendly behind the scenes. Theo posts a fucking happy birthday thing about Brendan on Instagram. I'm sure they're still cool, but it seems like Theo doesn't want to be associated with them in a professional manner, in a content space, in any way, shape, or form. That's what it looks like. So him saying, "Oh, he wish happy birthday," it's like, yeah, but you know what people are asking. Like, why hasn't he come back on the show? Why hasn't he even guested or popped back in? Especially when you think about, if you're honest with it, you'd say that this show probably is the one that sort of like broke Theo, or it's the one that launched Theo a little bit on podcast. He was always funny and whatever, but I think his appearances on Tfatk is what kind of got him going, But he doesn't want to come back.
Yeah.
Busy doing a lot of stuff.
I talked to Theo at least, I'd say 2-3 times a month, probably. Yeah, me and Theo are great. Love that guy. He's crushing it, man. Crushing it.
Okay. Let's see. Here's another inquisitive one. Art0321 says, what happened with Brendan and Chappelle? Do they still talk? I assume.
Oh. These questions are so good, but they're also really negative, man. Like, you could have actually picked some questions. Maybe sprinkle some of the bad ones towards the end of the show, and then give them some good questions. Like, I don't know, the future of the show. What are you most looking forward to Texas? Like Rogan appearances. I don't know, man. These questions are brutal. Look at Brendan's face.
Assume that's Chappelle Lacey.
Yeah, nothing. Love Chappelle.
I just got a text. I just got a text from him.
I think he's out. He's still in LA, right?
No. You answer it. Look, he doesn't want to answer it. So Chappelle Lacey talks to Brian, but doesn't talk to Brendan. That makes sense. That makes sense. He got passed at the Comedy Store. They didn't announce it. He's doing a residency. No, he's at the Mothership a few times. I think he's going to do a weekend, isn't it? I think he's headlining the Mothership. I think so. Oh. Okay, big up Johnny Sneed. Now, Izzy, stop complaining. This is the level of awkwardness we want. This is making me cringe. I'm not gonna lie. I feel kind of bad for them, man. This is horrible. Sinaj is just like, I feel like Sinaj just pressed copied and paste on all the questions. I feel like Sinaj did no filtering. She just pressed copy and paste. Sinaj is crazy.
He didn't move.
Yeah, he's doing.
I think he's
great.
still out. No, I love Chappelle.
He's doing great.
I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm not doing stand up. So I used to see him around, the Comedy Store and Improv and Laugh Factory. So I'm not in that world. So
I think people don't realize that when you have kids.
Oh my God, bro! I was about to say it. I bet you Brian jumps in to save him. I bet you Brian sees he's being vulnerable, sees he's kind of feeling bad, sees that his feelings are hurt by the question, or reminiscing about his relationship with Chappelle going away. I bet you Brian throws himself in front of the fucking grenade, and here he is. Sometimes when you have kids, bro, everyone has kids. Everyone has responsibilities. But you can still find some time for people that you love and they're your friends and stuff to talk to them and hang out with them. Like, I'm sure Chappelle hangs out with a bunch of guys who are dads and shit. What's this whole thing about if you have kids? What, you can't do stand-up if you have kids? You can't have friends if you have kids? Like, you can't talk to your old friends if you have kids? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And you're that involved in them. You're not on your phone that much. You're not that out. You're not connected to the outside world. You and I don't even.
What? If anything, parents are on their phone way more when they have kids. Like, that's an escape. Like, what are you talking about?
And really talk when I'm on the road because you're doing your kid thing. And
I don't. Yeah.
You get older and what
especially
happens
with like travel ball. Like, I'm not on my.
How old
phone
are you
at
now?
all. 42.
When you get older too, you have kids. You're
Honestly, this is hilarious. Wasn't he just doing stand up 2 years ago? Now all of a sudden he's 42, and it's like the idea of doing stand up or being around people who do stand up is completely foreign. Like now it's like a long, far away memory. Oh, this is hilarious, Cope. Just answer it honestly, like, yeah, I don't see each other too well because, you know, and just leave it there. That the first part of his answer was right. I don't do stand up anymore, so I don't really get to see him anymore. And unfortunately, we don't really keep in contact as much as I would like to, but I wish him well. Is that really hard to say? Instead of all this like cope and shit, it's like it makes it sound worse.
you don't have, like, I'll talk to my old friends, but there's not a lot to talk about all the time because you're busy.
Exactly, Brendan Mallory. He's acting like his son is a Major League Baseball player and goes across the country to all these games. Exactly. Like, it's just like, huh?
Busy doing things with
It's
your
also
children.
not that interesting. Like, is there anything worse when people are telling you about their schedule with their kids? Like, unless it's your kids or you're on the same baseball team or you're in the same school, you really don't give a fuck.
Right.
You kind of just in your world, and it's not that interesting. Oh, is your kid on travel ball team? Oh, is he in third grade? Oh, is he doing recital? Like, we're all dealing with the same shit. It's not that exciting. But when you're single and you're on the road and you're doing this or you're doing this or you're a UFC fighter, like, there's a lot of exciting shit. I mean, became a dad, like, last night was my birthday. I was asleep by 8:30. Like, I'm not really doing anything that lit.
This is the future.
This is so funny, man. This is so fucking funny. This is so ridiculous. This whole thing is so ridiculous.
You're living the future.
And
This
it's awesome.
This is someday. This is the future.
It doesn't sound awesome to me, bro. It sounds kind of miserable. It sounds like you guys are alone on your own island with no friends, no colleagues. Just Rogan really tethering you to any of that sort of like stand-up podcasting scene. Without Rogan, these guys would be literally on their own, desolate by themselves. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem to be the greatest. Brendan's wrapped his world around his son's baseball team and buying trucks and shit and giving them away. Brian's desperately trying to hang on to stand-up comedy. It doesn't seem like the funnest time in the world to me, to be honest. And now they're both moving to Austin, Texas to try to revive their careers. It's like, oof. I don't know, man. Doesn't sound fun to me.
Okay. Andres SDCA wants to know, are there going to be any more Fighter and the Kid live shows?
Sunaz, man. Sunaz is like Yo, Sunaz with these questions, bro. Fucking hell. Brutal, one after another. Like, give these guys a chance to look good or something. What happened to the Red NCs? What's going on with the Red NCs? Fuck, you know, this girl's amazing.
Who knows?
I haven't thought about it. We could do them in Austin.
Few people ask this.
Yeah, there's enough space in Austin. We could do that. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You should probably do one in LA. I was surprised they didn't do. Maybe that goes to show what their fan base is like. After the first one that was quite badly received, they didn't really do much. To be fair, even though it wasn't that well attended, people still came out. So they still have a decent enough fan base around the country, it seems. Or at least in Texas. But I was surprised they didn't try and do one in LA because I feel like they would have got way more people to come out in LA because obviously they're based there and shit. So I feel like they probably would have had, but they didn't even try to do one. I wonder why. Maybe the juices will have to squeeze, but I'm always curious why they didn't try to do an LA one.
Again, it just depends on Brian. Like, it's to get me to go out of town's a beast these days, especially with Tigers travel ball. It's a beast.
Tigers. When does travel ball happen? On the weekends? Can't you go out during the week?
But Brian's on the road all the time, so that's why it makes it tough.
Yeah.
So, but you could do them in Austin.
Yeah.
That'd be easy.
100%.
And maybe then you could upload them to the Patreon or to the live. You know.
I'm gonna start doing just 2 weekends a month anyway.
Yeah.
Darren,
I don't believe that, by the way. I don't believe that for a bit. Brian loves being away from his family. He's no way he's doing 2 weekends a month only. No fucking way. That's gonna last about a month.
Good question.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that. Let's take a little break here.
Oh my god, this is so fucking good. Honestly, So Nash just giving these guys no break, no quarter, just one bomb after another bomb when it comes to questions. Yeah, big up Solis. He's not easy. Got to do it in Texas to tease Rogan potential. Yeah. Oh, you remember they did that last time, innit? Very special guest. Very, very special guest. And then it ended up being Chin. The biggest honey dick of all time. Made it seem like, or insinuated at least, that it was Rogan, and then it was actually Chin. Fucking crazy. Let's go back. Let's see what this question is. Let's see if it's free for free in terms of grenade questions.
Impact.com. Let's get back to the program.
Darren McCormack, 33, wants to know, what's the reasoning behind your move to Texas, and what was the last straw in LA?
The fires.
I don't get why you say the fires, because you're on the beach, Bubba.
I'm just done. I'm done with the traffic. I'm done with the fires. I'm done with the city.
Is Brenda's brain that simple? Can somebody not want to leave LA because of the fires, but also, but can someone not want to leave LA because of the fires, even if their house didn't get affected by the fires? Your house has to have been, you have to have lived somewhere next to the fires or have been personally impacted by them in order to want to leave. If you leave because of, if you don't leave because of that, then I don't, I'm even confusing myself. That doesn't make any sense. Surely you can be upset about the response to the fires, that it could make you maybe reconsider your long-term future there. I think a bunch of people could probably do it, especially if you have the means to do so. Like, what's wrong with that? No, you don't. Oh, you live by the beach, you're fine. It's like, not really. Didn't a lot of beachfront properties also get burnt down during the fires? You're just lucky probably because the area's in, but yeah, I don't know. Strange way to process this information.
That doesn't, I'm done with how much it costs to live here. I'm done with the fact that I get nothing for my taxes. I'm done with Los Angeles. I'm done after 30 fucking years of giving everything I had to this fucking town.
You probably should have gone to Austin, Texas after the cancellation, to be fair. Because I swear Rogan kind of moved to Austin around the same time that Brian got accused of raping it. He probably should have moved then. I think his career would have been a lot better place if he did that. If you just quickly, like, if you just cut the umbilical cord off from fighting the kid, although it's a guaranteed income, and just went full, head first into fucking Austin scene, he probably could have resuscitated his career in a way. He probably could have been part of another little cohort of people, new friends, performing at the Mothership a ton, that might have then got him seen by other clubs, and then boom, 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 dum, dum. I think it would have been a far better place. It just feels like it's a bit late right now, to be fair.
And I don't have a good taste in my mouth about Los Angeles.
See, I don't have that resentment. Like, my life here is dope, but like the hustle I'm on now, I could.
I don't have that kind of resentment, honestly. Oh, way to make your friend sound bad, and to make your sound like an amazing guy.
Could keep doing it, but with my overhead here and the studio, the multiple houses, all the shit that I'm doing, the businesses. When someone was like, "Hey, if you
multiple houses," oh, he's counting probably Joanna's mum's house, isn't it? Multiple houses. Huh.
Move to Austin, you would save this much a year. So in 5 years, you don't have to do anything. And I was like, you're crazy. And really, Lex and Rogan kept telling me. And then the equity in my house, like, I won't have a mortgage out in Austin. And then so that's a huge side to it.
Okay, so he's finally being honest and saying that, because like you said before, I saw recently that his house actually went down in price, didn't it? Somebody posted that on the Farnican subreddit that the price is now lowered. So it looks like it's not been moving. But if I'm not mistaken, I also checked on that. Is it Zello or Zillow, wherever that fucking site is of what he has in America? In Austin, Texas, he can find the same house with the same square footage. That's basically 1 mil. 1 mil, max maybe 2. So he's saving a bunch. And obviously, like you said, if he can sell the house and obviously get the cash for it, you could probably buy the house outright over in Austin. So it does make sense. And if the house prices are any indication, then most likely the private schools, the same one that his kid goes to in LA, the same level in Austin is probably cheaper too. Like, it's all cheaper, I'd imagine. The only thing that's not cheaper is probably Balenciaga and Gucci. Or the Hermes bags like Joanna's wife likes to, or Brenda's wife likes to fucking buy. There's probably no difference in that. But when it comes to house prices and private schools and all that sort of shit, it's probably way cheaper. So it does make sense in that respect.
And then, like, the school my kids go to, me and my wife fight about this all the time. I don't like the environment they're in. I can't stand it. And the public schools, especially what they are in, are...
They fight all the time. Oh, because it's Cedar Sinai. What's the school called again? It's not Cedar Sinai. That's the hospital. What's the school that LeBron James went to? Or Bronny James School. What's it called again? I think that's where his kids go. That's it. Sierra Canyon. So is Sierra Canyon woke? Because I'm assuming that's why he probably doesn't like it, right? Is Sierra Canyon woke? Sierra Canyon. Let's see what happens if you write Sierra Canyon woke. What happens there? Any guess at Sierra Canyon Drake was visiting? Why do Sierra Canyon Zaid Wade sends angry message to Sierra Canyon after by design. Blah, blah, blah. Let's do news. Anything here about it being woke? Sierra Canyon. Okay, cool. No. Let's do. Whoops. Let's do news. Let's do woke policies. I don't know. Woke education? Yo, big up on disease. Appreciate you, bro.
My resentment don't count. Me and LA, we're good, Bubba. I got no problem with LA. It's weird PPL think that. Me and LA talk all the time. It say it too woke for me, but if you think we have a problem, you're falsely confused.
Big up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's woke. It doesn't seem like it. I don't see anything about it being too woke. I don't really see much about it being too woke online here. Bryce James, cool. I don't know. I wonder why he says. Why do they fight about it? Do you reckon? If you had to guess in the stream chat, why do you think Brendan and his wife fight about the school? I imagine he's probably just upset that it costs so much money, right? Because how much does it cost? Sierra Canyon school fees. How much does it cost? School fees. Excuse me? Oh my god. Oh my god. Sierra Canyon tuition fees. Jesus, pre-K. $27,500. K6. $39,800. 7 to 8. $46,300. Middle school. $44,100. Upper school. $44,000. Holy shit. And he sends both of his kids there. Okay, that's why he's going to Austin, Texas. He's got 2 kids already in private school. So he's paying probably $100,000 a term. Plus another kid, the daughter. Yeah, he can't do that. Like, he's got money, but not that kind of money. Fucking hell. Okay. Holy shit.
Atrocious. And they have like those safe rooms and all that woke shit, which I do not identify with. It's just not my thing. It can be your thing. It's not my thing. I don't want that for my kids. So.
I cool because that's what you call it? What's his name again? What's her name? Sorry. What you call it? That kid goes there, isn't it? That Zaire Wade guy. That Zaire Wade kid, the trans kid. Okay, maybe that's why.
Well, I really didn't know what to do there, so to get him out of it, and then when I went and visited the schools in Texas, I'm like, oh my god, this is what I align with. This is great. I want him being raised in this environment, and so it made it pretty easy.
Oh yeah, new podcast cringe. Okay, cool. We'll check that out, and then I've got to bounce in a bit anyway. Go gym. So cool. We'll do a little bit more of this, and then I'll pause. We'll do a little bit more of this now. I'll do a podcast cringe, and then I've got to jet off, and then we'll finish this later.
But I'm not one of those guys that leave LA and shit on LA, and like I've had a great time here. I have nothing but good memories in LA.
You about to cry? Is he about to cry? Or is he just reminiscing? Oh, he looks so sad. Huh.
Yep.
Okay. I think this is Linda Marie Gamboa asks, this question came up a lot too. Can you guys, or will you guys ever hold a raffle to have a fan on the show as a guest?
A raffle?
What? Weird question. A fan on the show? That might be that'll be interesting. That'll be just interesting because of how weird Brendan is interacting with other humans that aren't celebrities and shit. That would be funny for that. I'd love to watch it just for that alone, to be fair. And to also see what an actual real Tfatk fan looks like, you know?
I don't know.
No.
Have we ever done that?
Hold on. No. Yeah.
That'd be weird.
No. Maybe in the very beginning, if we can get a time machine and go back to 2012. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's your reasoning?
I'm already bored.
What do you think, Jim?
Hey, what's up, buddy? So where are you from?
No, I think when I first started with you guys, I was like, that would be a great idea. But now that I've been through this for a long time, it's like, you guys would struggle to get this person to be talking about certain things.
It's what happens.
It would be
fine.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Way to fucking big up your fans, isn't it? Very complimentary, you know? That's nice. I'm bored. But give me your money, buy my merch, buy my tickets, watch my shit. But you come on the show? No fucking way. Fair.
Julian Sauce Do wants to know if Brian was in
Exactly, Big Up Coiler. You're bored. Imagine people listening to your podcast, exactly.
Brendan's body, and if Brendan was in Brian's body, who would win in a fight?
If I was in Brendan's body and Brendan was in my body, Brendan's body's going to beat Brian's body. It's called physics.
Yeah.
But he'll have a different
Skill
sense of fight
sets, yeah.
knowledge and
So
skill set.
skill
Yeah,
sets.
but I'd be a lot stronger than good old Brendan in his dumb jujitsu.
Yeah, I would still have my
crank.
black belt in Brian's
Doesn't
body.
matter. I'd
But
punch
also
your
his
lights
knees and
out.
stuff. I
Punch
don't
your
know.
Fucking lights out. I'd punch your lights out.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
I
good
can
question.
hit. I would punch your fucking lights out. If I was in your body and you had your skill set, I'm punching your lights out. And I'm going to fucking break your neck. Don't talk to me about your fucking dumb.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can do all your jujitsu and I'm going to fucking get a hold of you and throw you on your head.
Yeah,
I'm going
maybe.
to pick you up and I'm going to suplex you.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah.
That's a funny
There
question.
is a limit to how strong you are. And when you can bench
But
225, 27
how much do you
times,
weigh?
170, sir.
Eesh, that's light.
It's light. And not a strong 170.
Yeah, I know.
Fairly athletic. I'm
Older.
58, dude.
I know, but you're still 58.
58.
Yeah.
It's not good.
There's some miles, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would think I'd be like explosive, like shooting
Sure.
a double.
Sure.
Just fucking.
Bop, bop, bang.
Yeah, it'd be problems.
And I would kick you in the head.
Yeah. Crow Cop stuff.
I would just do a lot of stuff. My taekwondo would really actually work, and so would my boxing.
Okay. This is
Brian got a lot really into that, innit? Imagining beating the brakes off of Brendan. He got really into that a little bit. Too much, it seems like.
from
That's a
Marcus
hilarious
the
question.
franchise.
It's a good question, though.
Brendan, do you think Dustin Poirier's last fight should be against someone like Nate Diaz?
No. Oh, sorry.
No, I don't think Nate Diaz has earned it. You know, he's coming off a loss to Jake Paul. He's not currently in the UFC.
Either to Poirier.
I think no, it's a terrible idea. I think Dustin, because he beat the shit out of him, dude. His last fight should be a war.
More Nate Diaz hate, love it.
It should be a reward for Dustin.
Oh.
This is his last one. You don't have him fight a guy in the pinnacle of his career, so he goes out on a low
I see what you're
note.
saying. Well-
Yeah. Were they asking me or Brian? I'll take it. So I think Dustin should fight a guy like
That was rude, but actually quite funny. I like that. One more.
a guy in the pinnacle of his career, so he goes out on a low
I see what you're
note.
saying. Well-
Yeah. Were they asking me or Brian? I'll take it. So I think Dustin should fight a guy like Max Holloway for like the BMF title, something like that. Now that Max,
I wish Brian could do the same thing to Brendan. That would make the show funny, you know? If Brian could speak to him the way he speaks to him. If Brian could speak to Brendan the way Brendan speaks to him, it would be way more funnier, but, you know.
is more well-rounded at 155. You know, like Max.
Didn't
like,
they already do that, though?
But it was Max going from 140. He was a natural 145er going up to 55. But when at 55 now, like he's in his body, he's older. Like 55 is a great home for Max. He looked phenomenal against Justin Gaethje. So I think Max versus Dustin makes a lot of sense.
See, I think Dustin still has a lot of fight in him. And the reason I say that is he lasted a very long time against Makhachev. And his boxing and striking's really good. And I actually would like to see him against Topuria because that to me is...
Big up Uche, is that true? Did he say Jake Paul? Hold on, let me do that quickly and then I'll jump over to podcast Cringe actually. Did he say Jake Paul? Did he?
You know, like, I'll take it.
Oh.
Hold on, let's skip back. I didn't hear that.
Crow Cup stuff.
I would just do a lot of stuff. My Taekwondo would really...
Marcus the franchise.
It's a good question, though.
Brendan, do you think Dustin Poirier's last fight should be against someone like Nate Diaz?
No. Oh, sorry.
No, I don't think Nate Diaz has earned it. You know, he's coming off a loss to Jake Paul.
Bring up the Paul brothers. Big up the Paul brothers. Heard it both ways.
I don't think Nate Diaz has earned it. You know, he's coming off a loss to Jake Paul.
Okay, cool. Let's quickly check podcast Cringe, and then I'm gonna bounce a little bit. Let's see, and then we'll finish the rest of the Q&A later on. But let's check quickly podcast Cringe. Just want to see what he's talking about. What's he talking? I think it's a BERT thing, right? It's a BERT thing. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see what this guy is talking about. There you go. Okay, cool. It's a new episode, right? Okay, cool. The episode just dropped the other day as well. Big up podcast Cringe working overtime. Oh, he's got his sandals on. Let's see this then. Let's press play. Let's press play. Let's see what's going on here. But everybody tuning in, make sure you smash the like button down below if you're enjoying the show. Subscribe.
Hold on. Two things, okay? Don't let me forget okay, this.
Have you also noticed that Bert's the only one that wears the Por Osos merch? Wonder why that is. I don't think I see Tom wearing as much as Bert does.
Hold on. Two things, okay? Don't let me forget okay, the story.
Yo, big up Wingus. Dude, podcast Cringe latest Patreon of Burps Racing Special is brutal. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do a reaction to it on Patreon. So I'm gonna experience the brutality of it in full HD. So I'll let you guys know when it's uploaded. But I'm doing a full reaction to that on the Patreon. I'm not looking forward to it, but it should be funny.
Anyway, so I went to dinner. I can't really say names, but I can say names if you edit them out, okay?
He just did it again.
What the f- is this? I got the worst seat in the house. People are watching this. People are jumping off buildings behind me.
It's kind of cool.
And they're like, Bert, stop talking. I want to watch action.
It looks good.
It's nice. She goes, so what are you doing? And now,
is he just getting jealous because they're not paying attention to him, I guess, isn't it? Jesus, look how Tom looks. He's definitely looking for a new wife.
I'm like, I don't want to say Dana or Joe's name, not name dropping. So, but I go, we're coming out for the UFC fight. And Mel Gibson's just like, so what do you do? And I was like, nice. I'm like, hook, line, and sinker. And I was like, I'm friends with Joe Rogan. God damn it, what the fuck did I say?
So a couple of weeks ago, Tom and Bert
disgusting.
Went to the South by Southwest Festival in Austin, where they hired out a party house to host friends and fans of their vodka brand Por Osos. And just in case you'd forgotten, these guys are supposed to be comedians, not middle-aged event promoters. Now that I think about it, if Bert had never met Joe Rogan, he'd totally be a nightclub promoter. Anyway, this special episode of Two Bears, One Cave was cringe as fuck, and I'm going to take you through all of it. There were a few things that came out of it, such as Tom asking Bert about Ari Shafir, going around saying that the story about how Ari dosed Bert with Molly was just a bit and it never actually happened. And I've also got a clip of Big J Ogerson calling out Bert for being a tone-deaf redact on Matt and Shane's secret podcast. As for this party, though, it looked fake as fuck. I seriously think half the people in the background standing around the pool were hired extras from a talent agency. They were clearly trying to thirst trap their audience by having two blondes right behind the camera in clear view. And they never actually explained where they were and what they were doing. They thought it'd be funny to say they were going to talk about the party, but
it's so obvious as well. These random people, who are these? Tom's looking for a new wife for sure. This is hilarious.
Then they just changed the subject. Honestly, it was so funny. I was laughing the whole time.
Wow, that's so true. Do these people on the screen look like Bert and Tom Segura fans? Really? Austin. What's the Austin t-shirt about? Like, what?
It's such a good bit.
I'm in a really good mood today.
Yeah, I see. I mean, the outfit looks like it's a good mood too.
Yeah, it's
Where'd you get that?
I bought it in Las Vegas. I didn't look at the price tag, and I really regret that. I looked at the price tag today as I was unboxing it, and it was a little pricier than I imagined.
Really?
Ever paying for anything.
For anything?
Anything.
Where'd you get it?
I don't know. It's perfect for this house.
Yeah, it is. We still didn't talk about the house. We've been
Okay,
trying to
we'll
talk about
the house. Let's put a pin in that.
Is he ashamed of talking about the brand because he doesn't want people to know how much money he spent on it or something? I guess you could easily just find out what it is if I just did this in it, right? Maybe I could just find out if I just did this. Maybe on the Google images it might work. But I don't know why he doesn't want to say where he got it from. I don't know what brand it might be. Missoni, maybe. I don't think it's Gucci or anything. Let's see what brand it was. Let's see. What brand was it? Can it show it? No. Doesn't seem like it can. Not so far. Can I? Maybe I should do a little ad search. Then maybe I should do. Maybe I should. If I do it properly, can you maybe explore it? Yeah, let's do it there. How about there? Or how about this section there? Let's show the print. Nope. Don't know what it is. Might be just a nondescript shirt. Anything? Oh, there you go. It is. Oh, it is Missoni. Look at me. I knew it. It's Missoni. Wow, I got it straight away. Look at my fucking knowledge. I actually said it was Missoni, didn't I? Yeah, it's Missoni. There you go. How much is it? Viscose Missoni bowling shirt with matching shorts, right? I wonder how much is that shirt? 700. 700. Okay, cool. That's not UK pricing, isn't it? Let's change the thing down below here so you can see how much it is. Not Singapore. We want to buy in UK. Let's see how much this is. Refresh. Is it £500? How much is it? Okay, that shirt is not available in the UK store, it seems. But it was 700 SGDP, right? 707 Singaporean dollars, which is, I don't know how much that is. Or 700, yeah, 700. 700. Come on, you piece of shit. Why is my computer going so slow? Let's see. So it was 700. What's that? 700, right? 700. 700. Let's see. Bish bash bosh. 700. SG Singapore D to GBP. So 400. So it's probably the whole thing was probably 700 anyway. That's probably why he doesn't want to say it. The whole set was probably 4. If the shirt is 4, the shorts are probably 200, 300. So it's probably 700 quid altogether.
Hold on. Can I tell you what I got into? Yeah. I'm going to need to show you these so you can understand them. So I have a problem with underwear, okay? Do you think if you take SSRIs, do you think that it makes you just a little happier? So I'm not depressed, but I wouldn't mind being a little happier.
I don't know. I've never been on them, so I wouldn't know.
Is you on SSRIs?
SSRIs? It's just 2 S's.
SS.
You're not depressed. You probably just drink too much, isn't it? He's probably not even depressed. He probably just drinks too much.
SS. Yeah.
SSRIs.
SSRIs.
Yeah.
Did I just develop a lisp in the middle of this?
Yeah, you did.
SSRIs.
Look at Kingman's bod.
Where's? Can we talk about where we are real quick?
Yeah, we didn't even get to that. God, look at him, man. He's fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Shit. I saw that lean. She's like, whoa. So we're at.
Anyway, I'm bored already. I'm gonna bounce. I'll save this for later. We're gonna watch this later on. Hey, boring me, man. Fucking hell. Yeah, we'll watch this later on. You want to save it? Then save it. If you want to watch it yourself, watch it yourself. But let's suffer through it together later. So for now, let's stick a pin in it. Good God. Let's stick a pin in it for now. And yeah, we'll come back to it later because yeah, these guys are boring me fucking senseless. But yeah, thank you for now for tuning in, all that good shit, and see ya in a few hours. Okay, few hours. Smash the like button down below. Help me get how many likes have I got down below? Because you motherfuckers are being fucking greedy. 46. Come on, motherfucker. Help me get to 50 at least. 50 at least. Come on. So if you're in the stream, make sure you like the stream down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll see the rest of you guys in a few hours when I come back from the gymnasium. All right? Cool. Safe. Peace.